I get the cheat code, I'm a beast. They should've never let me out of leash. Stop all the cap, I'm just tryna see. You really back what you talk on the beat. They put me in, I'ma walk on the beat. I eat my plate and it make me obese. I been pushing lyrics like a kingpin. And when today we got no rings.
Olaf.
The stuff behind the scenes is so funny.
Are we going to come up with a blooper reel one day?
We have to, like outtakes.
Yeah, we have plenty of those.
We're going to get it on our Patreon.
It's really going to be random conversations.
We're going to put that on our Patreon, $2. You know, we're going to sell those. We're going to sell those little tidbits there. Y'all want to give it all away. I want to sell something. Let's sell something. Coffee mug. For every coffee, if we could sell 100 more coffee mugs, then we'll give away all the outtake episodes. How about that? Can we do that?
We could do that.
Yeah, maybe get like 1,000 signups on our newsletter. Maybe we can do that.
Maybe we could do that.
Yeah, people can
fun.
sign up or subscribers, and then once they do that, we'll release some of the outtake stuff, some of the behind the scenes bloopers. It may be kind of fun. You know what I would love to do, all of us one day, and I think they would love it? If we all picked one day of the week and we just went through the comments and we read or reacted to the comments on the videos.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. I think that would be kind of fun.
And we should probably start talking about doing a live show for you guys to attend.
That'd be awesome too.
I think that's in the works. Our EP was mentioning it? Yeah, I think our EP has been working on
Maybe I
that.
said that on purpose.
The team has been diligently working. I think it's like going to be something for the summer, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I don't want to speak. Huh?
It's going to be hot?
Yeah, it's going to be like a day party deal. You know what I mean?
I love that.
Yeah. We want people to be able to come out and I don't think it's going to be like a weekday thing. If I don't want to speak out of pocket, but I think it's going to be like a weekend because we want everybody to be able to attend.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Great idea.
So.
That'd be fun.
You think people will come out and see us? I think they will.
I think so. Yeah, absolutely.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do want to get a little deep, guys.
Okay.
I like depth.
Yeah,
like a baby
I want to
seal.
get in depth. Can we talk about each, start with Wendy, Kingpin, then I'll go last. I'll talk about a time when maybe a client or an artist let you down, got you frustrated, or
So 10 minutes before this started.
discouraged you.
As I was coming to work today.
15 minutes ago. I have clients that pay me a lot of money to help them move forward, and they don't listen. It's sort of like hiring a plumber to fix a leak, and when you get to the house, they want you to help them fix their electrical system, or they don't want to do what's necessary to fix the leak, even though you're telling them how to fix the leak. There's a lot of people in the music industry that don't understand how this works, and instead of learning how it works and moving down the path to what actually does work, they think it's a certain way and they keep trying to prove that it works the way they think that it works. So they want everybody else to be wrong,
right,
and them to be right based on what they're seeing, what their view is, or their point of view, or their vision is. And this is not one of those industries where you can look in. You can't look and see what Drake and Beyonce are doing and build a career doing what they're doing now. It doesn't work that way. And I think my biggest frustration as a consultant is somebody not doing what's necessary and doing what they think will work and doing what builds fame because that's what they want. And I've been fighting that for 30 years. So it's an internal problem in humanity, not just the folks that hire me.
Right.
And for me, I don't do this for the money. I make money doing what I'm doing, but for me, money is a tool, and I don't really care about money. I care about the success. So if somebody hires me and we're going down a path where that artist is not going to be successful, that hurts me to my core. At that point, I don't want the money. I want the success.
I'd rather spectate than participate at that point.
Yes. And it's so frustrating. After we get off of here, I'm going to go upstairs and call a client and fire them. And I've only ever fired 2 clients in 30 years.
Right.
This will be 3. And I knew taking them on that it was going to be problematic. I knew they were going to exhaust their investor. I knew that there were plenty of dead bodies in my wake of people that tried to help them and couldn't. And for some reason, I thought maybe I could make a difference, and I'm not. And I see it, and I'm frustrated because I'm really excited about this artist. So in the past, I have fired clients that wouldn't listen, and it was beyond frustrating. This one, it's the team that's not listening and the artist that's going to lose. And that just, I run an artist advocacy organization.
Right.
So that hurts me to my core.
Right. But, at the end of the day, it's the people that surround you.
It's the
people,
team.
The people that surround you are the ones that are going to make or break what you got going on, man.
We
It's
were
unfortunate.
talking before recording this, we were talking, as friends, and we mentioned an artist, and my first comment was, oh my gosh, he should be so much bigger than he is. And we were trying to figure out what the problem is. And the problem is the team. It's the team that's behind the artist. It's the label that's behind the artist, because the artist is so talented. And I think we all like the artist. It's that the artist isn't excelling because the artist doesn't have the right team. And it's just really challenging as
It's
somebody
sad.
that knows and can see that, to just have to say, oh, well,
Right.
it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Kingpin?
Just recently, I've had, it's a common occurrence, but just more often than not, and just recently, as a good reminder, I've had, it's the people that hear what you say and listen to what you say and will watch you do what you do, but because they think they've figured out, or they think they've got you figured out, they think they can mimic or they can do, and then they don't want to listen, they don't want to reason. I'm nobody's father to tell anybody what to do. But when you do seek me out for services, you are coming to me because you want to do things a certain kind of way. And when we get to that point, you don't want to do them. It makes it counterproductive. And that's why I joke, like, it makes it difficult for the stuff that I want to do, where I feel like I can't get the DJ's drops. That hurts me. It hurts me because I'm a DJ advocate as much as I am an artist advocate. And I believe that if I give a DJ a record, I should be giving them drops. It pains me that I can't get artists to do drops. It pains me that I can't get DJs to do video drops. It pains me that I can't get artists to do video drops. So all of those different things are all pieces of that puzzle of frustration. There's no one artist that does it. There's no one artist that doesn't do all of it or does all of it. They all have their own set of nuances. My biggest problem comes with me. And I understand that nobody's going to do the things that I do when I get on a team. That's where I'm excited when I get on the team, to figure out what more I could be doing to help. This is what I do. I'm great at what I do. Now, what else can I do to help us get there? I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I respect you. I love you. I want to get us there. Okay, cool. This is what y'all need me to do. What else? I need to do more. You feel you can't do, what are you not doing that I could help you do? And that's my attitude. And I kind of get discouraged when I meet other creatives or other people that are as ambitious or have as much potential or more potential or have more opportunity, and they're not using it to the most.
That is hard.
Man, that to
is
me is
hard.
the most frustrating thing in the world, bro.
Yep, especially when it's somebody younger, like at the beginning of their career, because we've been through this. So we know, okay, if we could just tweak you a little here and a little there, man, you could run the whole marathon and come in first.
Yep. And you're gonna be a fucking on top of
You're
the
gonna be a
game.
beast. Yes.
But most people, they have it, they're short-sighted.
Yeah.
They don't see
Short-term vision.
Yeah, they don't see the longevity in it. They don't understand it. They're after right now's rewards instead of tomorrow's promise. And tomorrow's a promise to a fool. So I get it. Live right now and go balls to the wall, but have a plan and understand that what you're doing today is ultimately got to work towards your plan that you've got built for tomorrow. So
Right.
leave nothing for tomorrow, but plan for it, bro.
3 things for me. The first thing is, there's a client, this is what bothers me, sometimes gets me frustrated. Well, first and foremost, I don't want to take on anything that I don't see a potential success rate, a high success clip, and I have to be emotionally attached to it, I think, and see that it's going to be a win. But what bothers me is they'll see what I did for somebody else and say, I want that.
I want that. Give me that.
And that's not going to happen for you, because it may not, the circumstances are going to be different.
different.
You're different, and then the second thing that bothers me will be unreasonable and lazy work ethic. And then it feels like I want it more than you. When I feel like I want it more than you, that's a problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
problem.
should want it for you
10
more than
times
I
more.
want it for you.
Absolutely.
You can't fight somebody to win.
If I want it more than you want it, that's a problem.
Yeah.
But then I be wanting it a lot. I want to win more than I want the money. So for
Same.
me, I really want the W.
Because the win brings the
Same.
money.
Right.
Like, hey, man, we're not crossing the finish line in first place, not because of something that we didn't do, not because of something that anybody else didn't do. We're crossing it because something you're not doing. And the reason we're all here is because we believe that you have the potential to win the
Correct.
race. You're just not giving it
Correct.
your full effort. And that is a slap in the face to everybody
Everybody
around
on the
you.
team.
And the last
Yes.
thing, and it pains me, is usually when an artist, he or she, gets themselves in some type of legal or, death or jail type of trouble, and they just stop, and the momentum is just halts,
Free the guys.
and you can't do anything. You just sit there and be like, damn.
Right.
You just sit there.
You're in
that
limbo.
kind of hurt. It kind of breaks my heart a little bit. Gives me anxiety because I'd be like, we were almost there. Or if we were
Yes.
there, and that just prevents it from going higher
All the way.
or the
Yeah.
highest that it can. It's limitless, and something happens and it just stops, and you just sit there and be like,
Okay, so
Damn.
who do we blame in that instance? Do we blame the artist or do we blame the team around the artist? Because if we know that this artist is out here
I don't
throwing
know how to answer that.
stones at the chain gang, if we know they're out here throwing rocks at the penitentiary, and we're not making sure that, hey man, where's the hard drive every time you go to the studio?
I
Let me
think,
get the
I
hard
think
drive.
that's a circumstantial
It is.
type of
It's
thing. But yes,
individual.
you're right.
Yeah.
There definitely should be things in place to.
You're
just
talking
in
about an
case.
artist that we're breaking and they
For-
can't go out here and do the
Correct.
legwork.
Like for
Correct.
example, like
That I
Pop
understand,
Smoke
yeah.
was
Correct.
lit 3 years after he passed away.
Yes.
He has no more music though.
Juice
It's
WRLD.
over.
Right.
Yeah.
Juice WRLD lit 4 or 5 years after he
Right.
passed away. So I understand what you're saying. But how many instances do we have like that?
Tyler, the Creator, just came out and said that he put in his will that he doesn't want any posthumous albums to come out.
Really?
Yes, he said he put that in his will. He's like,
Wow.
when I die, whatever's funky on the hard drive, staying on the hard drive. So y'all better enjoy this music while I'm putting it out. I totally get it.
Wow.
I totally understand it. And I'm not trying to be heartless about it. I'm saying if as a team, if we're planning, if we're recording and you're going to the studio every day and you're doing all of these things, then if your team was competent enough to have access to your vocals and your sessions and your all that stuff, it'll slow down. It may have 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And it'll stop eventually. But, again, for an independent artist that is trying to build a buzz, going to jail, a death in the family, getting their face out of the limelight is horrible. I don't know. Have you guys seen the artist? I think he's from Detroit, maybe, or maybe Ohio, that refuses to put his face on social media.
No.
So when you go to his Instagram, all of his Instagram pictures have the face blur. The music videos are all face blurred out. But there's a child face perfectly fine, but his face blurred out. You can know who the little kid is, but the artist no. So I understand the gimmick, you know what I mean? Very Tech Nine-ish,
Right.
Very war-ish, you know what I mean? Hide behind it. There was a group called Military out of Tampa at one time.
I remember
that they had the mask on. They came out with the ski mask and
Bryson
all those
Tiller
things.
always
on.
looked down, and it was grayscale.
So
for a
I
long
get it.
time.
Mm-hmm.
I get it,
Remember that.
branding and stuff like that, and especially now with AI and the whole AI artists with FN Mecca and all these different guys, the faceless musician. I think the guy who's putting out the AI mashups, his name is Ghostwriter, right?
Yes.
Isn't that the name of the guy who's putting out
Yes.
these Drake AI albums and stuff? So, I understand it. And on the flip side, I could say all we can do is record. There's a reason why Tupac had so many albums come out after he passed. Because he
was
recorded.
prolific.
He was, he just recorded, and there was a demand for his music. And I want you to think about that, bro. How many of our favorite rappers, I think we've talked about that. Those sessions are gone from their mixtapes. The albums that put them on right now could be re-released today.
Yeah.
But those sessions are gone. Those vocals are gone. There was never an instrumental. There was never no business handled with it.
Yeah.
So those guys are in essence lost.
Right.
And that's what we're trying to avoid from these new guys. And now instead of them losing the sessions, these guys they're just giving it up. They go to the studio and just record and walk away. They don't care about a session. They don't care about a mix down. They don't care about this. They don't nothing. They don't want no publishing, and they just want to show
think about that. You're right.
It's deep.
It's crazy, man. It's what it's come to, and
Think about all those mixtapes Gucci Mane did.
they're all on. But see, hold on a second. All of Gucci Mane's albums and mixtapes are on Apple Music.
Mm.
Okay, but let's talk about the prolific ones. Let's talk about the Chic Luch Wolf mixtape series.
Mm.
That was a phenomenal mixtape series. I'm a Florida boy. I know these mixtapes. I know the G Unit mixtapes. I know the Locks mixtapes. I know the Cluminati DJs and the P Cutters and Street Sweepers and K Slade. These guys put out some amazing projects.
Yes.
Long live
Those
K-Slade.
sessions are gone. I think wasn't it Cameron who said that he won't record any of his old music because he doesn't own it? Didn't he go on Drink Champs and say
He
that?
said he won't perform.
He won't perform it because he doesn't own it.
He
So
doesn't own it.
why was he going to perform something somebody else going to get paid for? That's crazy. It's crazy something to think about.
You know what? Something's crazy, guys. What is radio changing into? Is
Ooh,
satellite
good
radio
question.
better?
No, satellite
No.
radio's. Man, look,
No,
I pay for
satellite radio sounds like everyone's in New York.
I pay $3 a month for
East
satellite
Coast.
radio.
It
$6
sounds
a month.
extremely East Coast satellite radio.
When you really listen to satellite radio, it just throws in, and I love them people over there. Okay, and I'm not questioning any of their decision making, but some of the records that I hear programmed, I don't understand how. Because if I'll go back and I'll trace the artist, there'll be no disconnect. There'll be no. Then you'll understand it's part of a campaign, but campaigning where? Because when you look at the metadata for the record or you look at the streaming history for the record, it's not charting anywhere else.
Yeah.
So it makes you wonder, who are they playing it for? Who are they catering it to? So then it's like one thing alone doesn't work in this business.
That's exactly my problem with all radio is curation. I want somebody to curate music, and I don't have to like it, but there has to be a reason for it there.
There'll be a rhyme for the reason.
Yes, like just payola by itself is not a reason for me to listen to music.
Right.
I want to listen to music that somebody either stands behind or they're playing it for a reason. It's the hottest thing right now in their area or whatever, or they just really love it and have to share it or their head will explode. But I find that most radio playlists are pay for play. And I just don't think it should go to the highest. And I pay for play myself all the time. But as a listener, I don't feel that it should go to the highest bidder.
Right.
I don't think that's what this needs to be.
I
So
think,
I make my own playlists.
I think radio is
Send me the
changing
link.
Okay.
into a space that we don't quite understand yet, because when you think about it, and radio use ratings from 18 to 34 demographic, really 18 to 25. Well, 18 to 25-year-olds don't listen to the radio. They
At
listen
all.
to Spotify, Apple Music,
Correct.
Audio Mac, and even YouTube.
And
They're
SoundCloud.
watching TV now. And
And
when you think
TikTok.
about the competition, Wendy, you just got a Tesla. It's a Spotify on there.
Yes.
So you don't have to. Why would you listen to commercials when you
I've
can?
had my car for 2 weeks and I don't even know how to put FM radio
Actually,
on.
why would
my
you
car.
listen to? Why would
Actually,
you
the
listen to
streaming
20
for Tesla is
commercials?
Slacker, and we got the plug. So if you want to get your
But
music
why would
in
you listen to
Teslas, all
20
that shit,
commercials when you can play? You can have your own playlist
of course.
Right.
and select the song you
Right.
want, which I think eventually.
So now to say that, they said
There's
one of
gonna
the
be a
new
merge.
music models that they want to do is they want to say, okay, if you're listening to Lizzo, and Lizzo is the reason that you're on Spotify, and after you listen to Lizzo, you listen to 3 independent artists, Lizzo should get a piece of that streaming money because Lizzo is the reason you came. That's part of their new business model they want to introduce. They want to figure out how they can get money to the people that actually influence. So now how the money gets left over and it gets divided to the top streaming artists from the people who don't collect. Now they want to make it so that if 21 Savage has inspired you to come here and you listen to 3 21 Savage songs and then you go left, everything that you're listening to, depending on how deep it goes, however many songs you listen to, you should get a percentage of those streams because you influence that person coming to the app. Should that be the pay structure? We don't know.
Has radio been paid to play music for so long that they resent paying anybody to play music? Because I see them fighting the whole songwriter thing tooth and nail. I just feel like I feel like radio is going to sort of go the podcast way
It is.
that Spotify is going.
podcast to broadcast.
Yeah, because
podcast
it's-
to broadcast. That's the only thing
Broadcast
that makes
to
It's
sense.
podcast,
free
yeah.
creation right now.
You know,
Only thing
there's a
that
company in
makes
sense.
Australia that did it.
They're trying to do it. They tried to do it with comedians. Remember, they
Yeah,
added
correct.
comedians to Spotify, didn't pay anybody, so the comedians all got together and say, "Pull our music." I mean, pull our
Content.
comedy. Yeah, pull our content. Thank you. So I feel like people want to get paid to play music, but they don't want to pay for the content
But podcasting is free. So the number
for
one
now.
for now and for the foreseeable future, because it's the intellectual property is what the value is to it. And that's where I get the licensing of it. You could listen to the Joe Budden podcast on the Spotify. They play music.
And shout out to Joe Button for
the
playing
clip,
your clip.
right?
That was awesome.
But when you watch the YouTube, it's the audio, the music they played is not in there.
Interesting.
So is it a licensing issue?
Obviously.
So if it's a licensing issue,
if they're not playing
then
it,
that's going to
exactly
create an
what it is.
issue for the radio stations trying to do the same thing. So now rewind a little bit. Day before yesterday, I get an email from Music Business World. Shout out to Music Business Worldwide. I love that
I love
newsletter.
That. Yeah, me too.
They were like, your boy is oh man, what's the name of this company? I forget the name of the company, dog. Just threw me off completely.
Keep going. We'll figure it out.
What was I just saying? What was the name of the Music Business Worldwide, the newsletter? We were just talking about something and it just threw me off when I said Music Business Worldwide. Oh my God, what was it?
Somebody smokes weed.
I smoke entirely too much weed now. I was smoking on the way up here. Music Business Worldwide just sent us an email. Was it about the AI stuff? It could have been about the AI shit. I don't know. I was just going somewhere and shouting them out. I lost my train of thought with it. We'll get back to it. Apologize, y'all. I smoked too much weed. But damn, what was it? And it was a good read too. It was from Music Business Worldwide, and I want to say it was. Don't give me the line.
We were talking about podcasts and paying for content. We were talking about Joe Button. Shout out to you on the show this week.
And I think it's going to be a podcast to broadcast type of thing where they'll take clips of. We'll do our whole podcast. They'll take clips of it, play it over the air. We'll probably have to insert here and there. But
Spotify has that. Spotify has the reverse version of that
for
with
radio.
From Australia.
We're talking about like
I'm
FM
pretty sure
radio.
we'll never have to go in physically for real.
There shouldn't be a need to now.
And this because the syndication is real now.
We can take our audio and give it to somebody if we remove the profanity and have it broadcast on a radio
And
station.
it can go on
I
a
think
radio
Tampa
station.
Mystic does that. Shout out to Tampa Mystic and Industry's Most Wanted. She has her radio show on 3 days a week.
When I worked at DTLR Radio, that's what I would do. I would literally record my
DTLR radio
stuff and send it in.
What is that, 150 stores across the country or something like that?
Yes.
And have you guys ever been to the DTLR in Baltimore? Have you been?
In Baltimore,
it's
no.
Really nice. That's the headquarters.
That's the headquarters. That's where the main
It's really
radio
nice.
station is. Really nice. Really good experience out
It's
there.
a full radio station, BDS
Oh, that's
reporting, all
awesome.
It's
that.
like a warehouse like this type building.
Yep.
Really
Very cool.
Yeah.
Really-
Music Business Worldwide. Shout out to the newsletter. I love those guys.
I need to
love
sign
them
up for that.
too,
You need to sign up for that.
You do. They're awesome and it's free.
They had an article where Triller has gone default on paying Sony $4.5 million worth
4.6,
of 4.6, 4.57, $4.6 million in licensing fees.
Yes.
That's why
They agreed
when
to
I go
it.
on my Triller,
There's
because
a contract. They just stop paying.
Stop paying.
I post my content on there. I can't find certain songs on my Triller app.
Yeah, you're not
Now
going
you
to.
know why. Yeah.
Yeah, now you know why. A lot of them aren't going to be available on there. They're getting pulled, and rightfully so. I challenge most artists. Here's a fun fact: most artists that have released, and I'm not even going to throw the distributor under the bus because I like them, but you need to go get you a free account for Napster and go search and your artist name and your songs and make a list of all the songs that are not available on Napster and contact your distributor and ask them why. Something to think about. I think it pays. They're one of the ones that has the biggest headache, and they're the oldest, and they're the granddaddy, but they're still a player in the global streaming force. Whether they're a
small player,
whether they're a midget or not,
okay,
but they're a player nonetheless, and they're one of the granddaddies. Them and Pandora are the two granddaddies of music streaming.
Napster made me some money in high school. I used to make mix CDs. Anyway, dear
No, you
Cheat
didn't.
Code, I make great music, but I suck at creating dope content.
Most
How do
people
you break music without content?
They didn't make content
can't.
20 years ago.
You can't today.
Yeah, they didn't make content 20 years ago. Got good music, right? Creating content. I think what is creating content? Can we say, let's get there first?
Yeah, let's do that.
I think content, we had content before, but it wasn't listed as content. It was the
No,
music
but he
video.
says
It
great
was the-
content.
This is content. I mean, content is anything that you film, and you can film it with an iPhone,
Right.
that tells a story about
video.
who you are. Music video is content. The music technically is content. It can be clips. It can be anything that allows your potential fan base
To connect.
to see who you are and connect with you, see who you are
Right.
and connect with you. So it's you talking about how much you love the Hurricanes. Is that correct?
Yep.
You know
Yep.
it.
Okay. It's you talking about how much you like to smoke weed.
Right.
It's me talking about my new Tesla, which by the way is bomb. It's anything that allows people to say, "Oh, I like the Hurricanes too. Oh, man,
damn,
I smoke
yeah.
weed too.
Right.
Wow, Wendy has a Tesla. That's cool. I have a Tesla too, or I love Teslas too." It's a connection that you feel, and it doesn't have to be material. It can be I give a hoot. I'm not swearing, right? I
Correct.
give a hoot about artists. There's a lot of people
Not a
out
hoot.
here where the first thing they say to me is, Wendy, we have the same love for artists. We share the same wanting to protect artists. It's something, it's like, it's my brand. It's what I'm known for. So many people connect to me on that. That's content. Me talking about what I like and who I like and how I like it and who I am and what I do, where I'm from. It's necessary in 2023. I'm sorry you don't want to do it, but it's part of your job. And
That's
what
what's gonna
happens when
separate
you
you,
have
yeah.
a job and you don't do what's necessary?
You get fired.
You get fired, or you go by the wayside.
You get replaced.
You get lost. Yeah.
I think he's trying to, or she is trying to make great content. I think that's the problem. I think the burden, they've placed this burden on themselves because of the expectation
Same here.
of some of the stuff they
Same
see
here.
from Final Cut King or
Same
some of these
here.
other guys or Kai Sound. And
I don't have an educational series on TikTok because I don't think I can make good enough TikToks to be on TikTok.
Right.
I can't just hold up a phone and just do it.
right.
I'm struggling. I
Right.
get that.
And
Damn, now I have to do it.
And for that I say, as artists, the only way you're going to get good at something is through repetition.
Is to just do it.
Is to just do it.
Just do
and
it. Yes.
making bad pieces of
Talking to myself
content
here.
is what's going to help you make good pieces of content.
You're right.
Having enough pieces of content, making enough different pieces of content. One of our members of our staff, he creates content. He's an artist. And he's always taking, and I think it's fucking genius. He's always taking a speaker and the microphone, the corded microphone with the whole setup, and he'll go set up and he'll rap. And I love that, right? He's not trying to be Hype Williams. He's not trying to be Ziggy Marley. He's not trying to be Eminem. He's just trying to be himself. And you know what? The fact that he's figuring out different ways to do it has allowed him to understand if he wants to go to a park and create this type of footage, these are the different things that he needs. He's now got a checklist. He knows that he can't go out at nighttime days if he's not going to be there to adjust the exposure. He's got to rely on certain times of the day. So putting out your music.
We learn as we go is what you're saying.
Learn as you go.
We learn
Build it
as
on
we
the
go.
fly. Just keep tabs on it. Create content every single day. If you, we
And
talked
just
about
be
it.
you.
Get a calendar.
Just be you.
Circle your drop date.
You're good enough.
And every day leading up to it, do something different. And every day after your song drops, do something different. And then mimic that result for the next project.
And then check your stats, see what's working, do more of what works,
And take off what
and
doesn't.
less of what does not.
And let me also add, I think you're overthinking it. I think you're just frustrated.
Yeah.
So we're doing something for you right now. We're doing content. But you sound like you're young because I went to your page. You definitely don't know what I'm about to give you an example of. The old school radios had this little tune thing, and you had to turn it to the right little part of the to
dial.
get a clear
Point,
the dial.
0.3,
You had
0.5,
to-
0.7,
You had to
0.1.
turn it right to the dial
Specific
where
number.
the radio, you could hear it clearly. And if you turned it just a little bit, it would be a little, fuzzy. If you, sometimes something could happen, I don't know, storm, whatever, you can knock it off.
It's like cell
And you
phone
have to
reception.
kind of go
You gotta
and
move
start
a little
over
to
and
the
then
right,
move it back.
move a
You just
little to the
gotta
left.
adjust. That's everything. You just gotta adjust and fine tune it every time, and you'll be all right, man. Stop complaining.
I think they want the numbers. I think he thinks because he doesn't get 8,000 likes on it and it doesn't go on the front page of the Explore page that it's not great
You're
content.
getting 10 likes and 100
And-
views, and then you're deleting it. Leave it up. Share it.
Engagement matters.
Send it to your friends.
Yes.
Hey, write a comment. Hey guys, put a comment.
And
Work.
engagement groups are bad, but sending it to friends for engagement is good. So sending it to one group of people and just every time you post something, you guys know what to do, that's bad. Okay,
No,
don't do that.
Tailor it.
But going on there
yeah.
an hour before you post, engage, so that by the time you do post, the people that are on recent, they feel they owe you a like.
Yeah.
It's weird, tit for tat, man.
I truly believe when you reply to your comments and you go on someone else's page and put a comment on their page, they're more inclined to when you post to comment on your thing.
Absolutely.
So when people comment on my post, I will go on their page. If I follow them or not, I'll go through their content and I'll comment on a couple
Yes,
of the things
I do
that
the
I
same.
like. So spend time commenting and engaging with other people, but tailor it. Don't go on there and be like fire and then the shit don't be fire. Or it could be something that's sad and you put fire. You're just commenting just to comment. No, take your time, go through it. If someone just had a baby, congratulations. Find out the girlfriend's name. Congratulations, you and at such and such. I'm telling you, bro. People like
I think
that shit.
Instagram is only going to show you the top 50 accounts you engage with on your main timeline mixed with sponsored. And because
Yes.
you also like, and then on the For You or the ones you're following, they're going to show you everybody who posts online. And I guarantee you, if you went and you refreshed it at 11 o'clock and seen who was online and then refreshed it at 12 o'clock and just went back and seen who posted what when, you'll have an idea. And the reason you're not getting 1,000 likes is because there's never 1,000 people online when you post a picture. Never. Yeah. You never have more than 36 people online. And Instagram is going to show your picture to a percentage. So let's say they only show it to 10% of your 36 people that are online. That's 4 people.
Yeah.
So if they show it to 4 people and those 4 people don't like, comment, and engage and share it,
it doesn't go
it
any
doesn't
further.
go anywhere. That's your fault, not those 4 people. You don't comment with those 4 people. You don't like their pictures. You don't engage with them. You don't follow them. You don't try to do nothing, but you want them to like you and help you become a millionaire.
Yeah. You're
Make it make
overthinking it.
sense.
Stop complaining.
Yeah.
Get back to work.
It's not about the likes at the bottom of the picture. The likes at the bottom of the picture is the chemical, the endorphin that puts the smile on your face
Yep.
that makes you feel like you did a good job. I think you should be creating content so that when you do get a budget and you do get more people and you do get a team, you're able to make real dynamic content that you'll be able to blow the world away with. But right now, work with your resources, man. Get your iPhone, write you some ideas down, write you some dates of the week
You
down.
can do it, buddy.
You
Go
can.
loose.
Here, sample this. Ready? Good job. Do more.
Fucker.
Get back to work. God damn it.
Yeah.
Cheeteth Kodai.
Crack the whip.